I'd start a little dialogue, and then maybe, I don't know, UnknownArchive will kick in with his opinion on what was formerly known as manic depressive disorder, which is now known as bipolar 1 or bipolar 2 disorder. And those are fancy words for saying that you're completely insane. But in the fucking best way possible. I live in Iowa, and in Iowa, we have weather that is, I mean, the slogan is, if you don't like the weather, stick around a couple minutes, and I bet you will. Right now, it's kind of hazy out, it's humid, could start pouring any second, could clear up, possibly even snow, because that's what happens here in Iowa. Crazy things. It's either really, really great weather or just awful, like horrible, awful weather. But then there's those rare moments of beauty where it's just such a pretty state. The flowers are blooming. It's actually in April. The animals are happy, and daffodils are coming up. That's how you know Iowa is beautiful in April. You just keep on holding on to that moment, and keep remembering that that beauty is somewhere in this vast state of insane, crazy, extreme weather. And bipolar disorder is a little bit like that. There is a manic side, and then there is a depressed side. And a lot of people think there's no gray area. You're really, really up, or you're really, really down. And that's not actually the case. In fact, I don't really do depressed that often. When I do, it sucks, but I can't say that it sucks more than anybody else's depression. Depression is pretty shitty for everyone. Nobody is happy while they're depressed. Unfortunately, with my mania, I don't really have much to share with you, except for what I am told, other than my daily life, which I'm positive I am probably manic 24/7, which would explain changing my clothes like 3 times a day, or being a vegetarian one day and craving steak the next, or dyeing your hair every month, cutting it every other month. I mean, I don't know, I'm pretty sure in all of my acts and deeds, I am in some way, shape, or form manic. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm a writer, so it's actually pretty decent for me. I'm able to be pretty creative. I am not able to, however, not take my medication, because like I said before, I am more prone to bouts of mania, and my mania is a little bit different than other people's, but not everyone's. I'm sure there are people out there that are just like me, that function and talk and have conversations and drive and purchase things with absolutely no recollection of any of it. Like, I literally lived about a month, my first manic episode, before somebody put me in the hospital finally. I was not there. It's not like a black drunk out where you might get something back here or there. It's something that these memories I will never have. They're not my memories. I don't know whose they are. Apparently she's very kind. She's sweet. She also likes to change her clothes a lot. She has impulse control as well. But her voice, I guess, raises about 2 to 3 octaves. Probably like when I make fun of myself or make fun of other girls, and I talk like this, and I totally make fun of them. It's probably like high like that or something. I have asked my loved ones to capture it on tape because I think that would be fabulous. Because I also have full-on conversations with people that are not there. And just my side of the conversation. It's not like I'm talking for two people. My husband has made it very clear that I really believe that the person I am speaking with is in the room with me, and that I am answering their questions, they are answering mine. I am having full-blown conversations with these people. I, nobody knows what causes really a lot of mental disorders. A lot of, well, not mental disorders necessarily, but a lot of like personality disorders are really hard to like finger. Like, are they, hereditary? Did I eat 27 hits of acid too many one time? I mean, like, there's some things that I definitely could have done to have gotten it. I slammed my head on things. I honestly have never hit anybody, but I have been very destructive to myself. Instead of yelling, I don't raise my voice. I turn that into something that I make myself the victim. Just for myself, though. I go away from everybody else because nobody wants to get caught smacking their head against the wall or carving Leviticus 19:16 into their thigh. I mean that's just insane. Nobody. How do you explain that? Yeah, I thought it was a cool passage. And the bouts of depression, I actually produce too much serotonin, so I actually cannot take a lot of medications, particularly depressive medications. So I actually just have to fucking actively work really hard to be like, okay, this isn't bad, this is why it's not bad, and literally I'll write like 10 things down a day. I have like 60, 70 of these, where I'll write like 10 things down a day that make me fucking pretty fucking happy. Some of them I can't even fucking read. Some of them I'd like to answer because it says crazy shit. Like, if I were a necrophiliac, would I have a sexual preference, or would that sexual preference be dead? I actually know the answer to that. I'd like to write it down. I want to know who wrote that question. No, I haven't actually. I've had to switch medications a couple times because I have recognized when I start to go into a manic episode, fucking crazy shit, I will hear heavy metal music. And I am a strum junkie. I like outdoor concerts, loud music in the fucking background. Like just soft shit, right? I do not like heavy metal at all. Don't like death metal. I'm not an Iron Maiden girl. I know I hung out with you motherfuckers and listened to that shit. I know I went to a Rage Against the Machine concert. I know I went to go see a lot of concerts, but that's because I enjoy the company of others a lot. Which is another fun part of being bipolar is anxiety. You don't get to enjoy the company of others as much. And so I haven't really had a manic episode full blown to where I had to be hospitalized in well over 3 years. There's never been a point in time where, since I found out I had this disorder about 5 years ago, that I stopped taking my meds. That's never been an issue. My husband's like on top of that shit. And I am too, because I have children, so I would prefer to be a mother than other Dana. Like, I don't know who the fuck that chick is. She's pretty well liked. I actually got a job at a diner down the street, and I went in there to eat one day, and all these people were talking to me. I didn't fucking know who any of them were. And then one of my friends walked in, and she worked there, and she was like, oh. And she had to explain to me that I worked there for about 3 weeks. And I was like, wow. So, I mean, I've had some pretty crazy episodes. But, as I said, you know, a healthy diet, I don't actually have that, but I take a vitamin now as of Thursday. I'm taking vitamins because I think I'm going to do a vegetarian thing, and that's because I don't want to eat meat because it tastes like flesh in my mouth. Like I can taste the like blood. Like I can taste fucking pig fat. I know what pig fat tastes like because of delicious bacon. These are foods that I adore, and I don't know how I'm going to deal with my taco situation. I'll figure it out. Gotta write something down because it's gonna fucking depress me. Pray to die, devil whore. Yeah, there's some stuff in here that's not actually happy. Oh, and some of it is so fucking arrogant. Everything is so derivative. A reference to a reference to a reference. Bitch didn't think of that. I know that for a fact. That was a reference to another reference from another reference. Uh-huh. So anyway, my bipolar disorder is the most extreme one. However, I am more prone to mania than I am to depression, luckily. So, and I also, I live a life with people who really care about me and who really love me, and I've got a very great, great sportsman, great doctors, great friends. So, I'm probably really lucky that I'm funny, because I'm not nice and I'm not that pretty, but I am funny. You guys don't get a lot of my funny because it's hard to be funny to nothing, but to other people, I am funny. Yeah, and if you don't laugh when I tell a joke, I will laugh for you. So anyway, that's my experience with bipolar depression. One bad thing about it is that it did force me to quit smoking pot so that I could take medication because it would fuck with my medication if I kept smoking pot. And then, you know, I got teenagers that were interested in drugs, and I didn't want to be that do as I say, not as I do mom. But I am explaining that to them my position on marijuana and where I stand, which is go for the gold. But as soon as I stopped smoking pot, I have had like almost a permanent migraine. It's awful. I get these awful injections. I can't really take the preventive medicine every day because it's got serotonin in it. Blah, 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 blah. I could go on for hours about being insane, but I won't because eventually you got to shut up, Dina. And that time has come. So, thanks for watching. Unknown Archive. How do you compare to this? Are you anything like me at all? What's up?